sound, the often neglected, yet in its absence, instantly missed part of game design that really sells you on the game, the world, and the mechanics within. We all know the importance of sound, even if it's subconscious to ourselves. In a shooter, sound can provide a sense of weight to the pixels and hexagons you're firing. In a racing game, it immerses you into the vehicle, and you know, it just really makes you feel like Spider-Man. Okay, you know what, let's not actually go there this time, but you get my point. Sound is essential in any game, and I think sound design shines brightest in simple games, where it's entirely lost on the player how fulfilling those sounds actually are. Minecraft is a game just like that, and after a decade of playing this game, people often gloss over the crunch of gravel, and the creak of chests, and the, well, I don't actually know what you'd call what a slime does. Schluck? The schluck of slimes? Ew. I mean, iconic, but ew. Sounds in this game, though, are instantly recognized and carefully curated, with each update maintaining a specific feeling in Minecraft's world. I think that the power that sound has is greatly overlooked because it's so potent. And now that might sound like an oxymoron, but to play Minecraft with no gurgling lava, shattering glass, hiss of a creeper, or rattling bones is a hollowed experience. Sure, it's doable, but sound is integral to how Minecraft is meant to be played. I'd argue that Minecraft, despite having the ability to toggle its sound off, is not the same game without its sound. So allow me to dig down into that and show you what I mean. Ah, good old dirt, a wonderful follow-up to a pun, and also the icon of Minecraft itself. Okay, I guess that's actually grass blocks, but that's just kind of dirt with a hat, right? When we talk about sounds in Minecraft, I think that few sounds come to mind quite as quickly as the humble dirt breaking noise. I mean, you're picturing it right now, be it the slow, methodical breaking of dirt with one hand, or the absolutely nuts total deletion of all dirt in a 12-mile radius of you can achieve with an enchantment and a beacon. And this is one of the most mundane and simplistic sounds that you can really get in Minecraft. It's crisp and crunchy, and it's a sound that builds to a pop, yet it's iconic. The sound is built to be all at once grating, but at the same time relaxing. But when we talk about the dirt of Minecraft's sound design, I'm not just talking about dirt blocks. I mean, come on, did you really think I'd be obsessive enough to make a whole section of a YouTube video just about the sound design for dirt blocks in Minecraft? Don't answer that. Don't answer. In any event, what I mean by the dirt of Minecraft is that as we delve into the sections of this video to explore it in a very minimal overview of the sound design that makes up Minecraft, we look at the various layers that go into sound design in a video game, and dirt is representing the very surface level of sound design. Since the beginning of Minecraft, when it was an indie title called Cave Game, the mining and dirt have always been able to be heard. And it's the simple sounds like breaking dirt or punching down a tree that help to ease the player into Minecraft's world. The unsung hero of Minecraft is the commonplace sound. Without it, Minecraft loses so much of its charm. The ability a game has to immerse a player within its world is reliant on the senses, and auditory sounds such as the crunching of gravel, shifting of sands, or even the crisp curls of dirt breaking apart lay down a foundation for a world to exist in. Ambience is a key to any game's world, but in Minecraft it lets the player have a sense of freedom, and it also helps to differentiate from what you're hitting. And in the off chance that you're going to be speedrunning the game blindfolded, I mean, I can't say I'd recommend it, but if you did, it would help there too. The point here is that the dirt of Minecraft, its simple sounds set the scene around you, but are no less meticulously chosen. They're building blocks for the game itself, no pun intended, and are what fill out most of the sounds that you're actually going to hear and engage with as a player. So then what else is there? Specialty sounds? Mob noises? Well, yes, but more importantly, there's rock and stone! Apologies, I don't know what came over me there. Wrong mining game anyway, but yes, there is stone. It's not the first thing you engage with in Minecraft, it's not even the second typically, but it is a large percentage of what you mine through. Stone is progression. It deepens Minecraft's mechanics and is the key to growth in the game, so it seems apt to assign to something so important the sound of ambience. Ambiance? Ambience? Ambience?
Ambience.
Huh. Okay, well, right, yeah. Ambience is defined by the Oxford Dictionary as the character and atmosphere of a place, and in Minecraft's case, it really is a character in the world itself. And ambience even has its own explicit category in Minecraft sound design as, quote, sounds that can be heard in specific conditions. They are sounds that build upon Minecraft's peaceful feeling. The general sound design pushes the ideal of peacefulness and tranquility at its surface with dirt, but it would be a mistake to say Minecraft is purely peaceful, unless of course you're playing peaceful mode, but even then the game is full of ambient cave sounds with ominous yet inviting tones that notify of nearby adventure, or mystery with crashing minecarts in long-abandoned mines, or menacing and downright eerie calls. The ambience of Minecraft is the mystery of Minecraft. It's balance that makes the world all at once cute, calming, creative, catered, and curated as an experience, and a fantastical world that draws you into its deeper depths evermore. Created by the combined efforts of C418 and Samuel Alberg, there are currently some 167 ambient sounds that exist in the world of Minecraft. 167. It almost sounds fake. Most people don't even realize how pervasive their work is within the game, and it isn't even the music I'm talking about. So what do I mean by ambient sounds? Well, I suppose it goes something like... These are the ambient cave sounds that you and I and many others have run across in our time exploring Minecraft's vast world. In discussing their relevance to sound design for Minecraft, though, we could get very technical and explore how and why these sounds play. Mojang makes the information readily available on how intricate these seemingly random systems that play ambient sounds are, with a mood algorithm being integral to determining how and when the sounds play. But I think that does a disservice to the sounds we find here. In the caves of the overworld, the tone is set that you are not alone, be that from the sounds of dangers nearby or past exploration yet to be uncovered. With minecarts, we hear noises of carts crashing and venting gas and eerie wails, but we also find angelic calls and airy hums, and that all plays into the feeling of an abject world. Because when you hear right before continuing on to finding an abandoned mine shaft that eventually opens up into a massive cavern of caves with stalactites and water and bats and lava, it fulfills a really 1900s pulp fiction novel ideal of adventure around every corner. And in that way, these ambient sounds really reinforce the explorative nature of Minecraft. At its core, Minecraft is a game about exploration, and that was doubled and even tripled down on in the 1.17, 18, 19 updates. I compare these ambient sounds and these cave sounds to the stone of Minecraft because they really do reflect and understand what it means to play Minecraft. They are the experience of Minecraft, particularly because they're randomized. They're not inherently going to always occur always the same way, and that's the same as every Minecraft world. It's important to understand that the ambient sounds play just as random of a role, but nevertheless an important role, as any other element of Minecraft, and in that same way they really do reflect the stonework of Minecraft. And that's just in the overworld. We haven't even delved deeper yet. The 1.16 Nether rework brought along a whole new age of ambient sound development to Minecraft, one that fulfilled the imagined horrors of a hellish landscape now teeming with soul wastes and twisted and gnarled forests. With emulated sounds of Geiger counters, radioactive basalt deltas set your teeth on edge, and wailing souls pierce your ears while you slink about the steaming depths of this haunted, humid tundra in fear of the ever-present threats abound. And it should be said that this is no small feat. To captivate and provide a sense of difference, but not departure from the world of a game, is difficult to do with just your ambient sound design especially. It's a fine line to walk, mixing in calls of bygone souls that once populated these mighty fortresses and screeches of the Enderman that can be found in parts of the Warped Wood Forest. This is the land of withers and brutes, and the ambient sound is woven into it to make sure that you know these nether wastes are not to be taken lightly. The Nether's ambient sound design grates against the ambience that we find in the overworld caves, with its adventure and mystery abound, and generates within the hellscape a sense of being foreign and fearful to all that is around you, because just one wrong move, one wrong step, and well, So we have our block noises that ground us in the realism of Minecraft's world, and the ambient sounds that fulfill the fantastical wonders abound, but what is that tougher stone? That deep slate rock that could be almost painful to mine through, and yet makes up a whole other element to Minecraft as a game? Well, it's our good old friends, the mob, of course. Whoa, I meant the mobs. Okay. Anyway, I would be remiss if I were to discuss the impact of Minecraft sound design and did not highlight the deeply dark and important role of mobs and their sound design. Because while sure, they make for a wonderful gameplay device, it is their sound that makes them iconic. Listen, they're all great sounds, but that creeper hiss alone, echoing in a quiet cave or sneaking up behind you, it's enough to put fear into your very bones, or well, at least it is for me, but I'm kind of a scaredy cat. But what's truly wonderful about Minecraft's mob sounds are how they all fill out the world's biomes. In the oceans, you find the gurgling drowned, and you find husks in the arid desert. Endermen alone add their own twist on what sounds of life in Minecraft ought to be, with distorted chirping and static hisses, their teleportation sound. It's a sound design choice to help inform the player to hear the Enderman and know, that's new. That's not what anything else sounds like or does. And we don't often think about it, but noises like that, sound design choices like that, are what make Minecraft awesome. They're the deep slate sediment that inform our gameplay itself and makes the gameplay varied and interesting. You could be strip mining away and you'll hear a groaning zombies in a wall. Well, there must be a cave. Haunted howls of a heated blaze must be near a fortress. Wailing of a ghast crying out. Well, you better run. Yet it's worth pointing out that nowhere has Minecraft explored sound design in mobs more than with the Deep Dark and the Warden. When we're talking about the deep slate of Minecraft sound design as mobs, we're talking about sound design as a challenge, sound design as an antagonistic force in a game, a concept familiar in gaming but not often vocalized. Enemies need to have distinct sound to notify the player when danger is near in their simplest form, be that the sound of a bullet bill hurtling towards you, a clicker zombie scouring an abandoned building, or the huffing of a nearby warden sniffing out its prey. Overall, the Deep Dark as a biome is so living and breathing that it's like a mob itself. It is a masterclass in auditory antagonism, portraying a ghoulish dance macabre. The world around you closes in. You know to fear for every step, otherwise you know what might sense you in the fungal jungle of the skulk, what lurks as a danger behind every sound you make. This nuance of anxious sound design breaks the serenity of Minecraft, unlike even the Nether. And it's not that the Deep Dark holds a greater threat or danger than the Nether. In fact, it's one of the only two safe havens from mobs spawning in the overworld. Rather, the Deep Dark is a location where sound matters most, where the sounds you make as a player determines the outcome of your trip and how dangerous it will be. That is, in itself, so wholly interesting, and it puts a lot of Minecraft's basic gameplay mechanics on their head. You as the player now determine if there will be danger, rather than the spawning based on a light level around you. It bases the challenge and danger of a mob within the sound design itself. How cool is that? When establishing this sediment, this deep slate of Minecraft sound design, we find its basis is in the mobs and in the unique elements they provide. The gameplay is informed by sound. What we get from sound is encapsulation of the player's mind, and it fulfills a visceral experience from Minecraft as a game. The Deep Dark is sound design in action, caving in general with squeaking bats, bubbling lava, gurgling water, and now you have shuddering skulk and a piercing shriek announcing a warden's arrival. It's all art in motion. And there's only one layer arguably more important than even that. Bedrock, the bottom of the world, the base that keeps us out of the void, and the sediment that anchors the world itself. It's unbreakable in-game, and I think perfectly encapsulates the importance that music has in Minecraft's sound design. Now, it's unusual to count music as sound design, as typically it's understood to be a separate component to a game, the score being developed all on its own, but Minecraft's music is a rather unique style of game music. Its approach to music in the game is rather singular and different from most other games. It's not designed to be a constant silence filler like, say, a Mario or Sonic level background music, though those games have wonderful pieces in them. And Minecraft's music isn't thematically timed like story-driven games either. Instead, Minecraft's music is included as an ambient sound. It is music that is created intentionally to be played and cycled at random intervals during gameplay, disconnected from what exactly is going on in the game and yet informing how the game feels. German musician Daniel Rosenfeld, better known as C418, was the first composer to tackle Minecraft and has generated some of the most iconic pieces to exist, from the title track to Sweden, Mice on Venus, and many more. And you know, it's funny, not in a funny haha kind of way, but in a funny kind of way, that these songs are perpetually baked in the nostalgia of that early 2010s indie game that was Minecraft, and yet have not lost their luster a decade later. To this day, this music resonates with players because the music provides this transformative quality to the gameplay that's so timeless and fresh it doesn't matter when you hear it. Suddenly you're no longer aimlessly mining for a resource. Now there's a shine to the world as light trills fill the air and a restful comfort of wet hands, which is the real name of a song, fills your ears. Or you begin to believe yourself to be now digging to uncover mysteries of the past with the song Key scoring your expedition. The design of music informs the situation, but not in any intentional way. That interpretation is still always up to you as the player. And you know, it is a little odd to refer to the music of Minecraft as sound design. Music is not something we typically count as sound design, and yet sound design is defined as the art and practice of creating soundtracks for a variety of needs. And fitting the variety of needs describes the mission statement of Minecraft's music to a T. The central issue C418 sought to resolve was that this music needed to be ambient, but non-triggerable. Minecraft's music is unlike Mario's level music, or Red Dead Redemption's story-driven accompaniment. Its job is to weave in and out seamlessly as you play, to provide ambience, but starting from nothing and returning to nothing, all while changing the landscape before you with the transformative creativity music brings. The music adds a playful and adventurous tone into Minecraft's world, all while informing gameplay as the music permeates the world itself. It creates a magical space within the game, and in the words of C418 himself, being the composer of Minecraft is basically like imagining the distance between Earth and Moon. This idea, while the poetic musing of C418, is certainly carried on by his successor Lena, who has developed her own style within Minecraft's music that still keeps that Minecraft feel. Her work has largely been in the Nether, where she put an effort into making the sound design of the music work to complement and ground the player within the extraplanar existence that the Nether is supposed to be. It's grandiose, but so are the ruins of a once mighty fortress and bastions of Piglin rule. It's weaved through nether wastes and shattered kingdoms, radioactive basalt deltas, lands of petrified souls blazoned into the sand itself. The grandiose nature of the ambient music of the Nether feels right at home. It's what helps to sell the otherness of the Nether as the player's first excursion into a new dimension within the game. It's not uncommon when talking about sound design that many take the artistry of the task to be little more than the simple capturing of sounds, and yet I hope that this video has displayed to you how central sound design is, even in its simple and rudimentary forms. The sounds we hear are ever as much the game we play as the visuals and mechanics, and breathe the adventure, fear, joy, and magic that Minecraft is known for. You don't get to be the most sold game of all time for nothing, and while sound is not the sole reason for that to have occurred, it is certainly a major factor in what makes Minecraft the iconic game it is. This video is something a little different for me. It's not an exhaustive media analysis or really an analytical piece on the sound design techniques employed in Minecraft, nor does it claim to fully encapsulate all the effort put into sound design for the game, but I hope, if anything, this video gives you pause, because Minecraft's sound design at its core is just that rainy day you spent working out redstone. It's a cave explored, it's a dungeon delved, its music is a dazzling dream, and all that comes off as just incredibly fanciful and needlessly poetic, but I think that sums up my point on what this sound design is. Because for me, the thought of a version of Minecraft that never designed and developed its own unique stylistic sound as it has is not just a travesty, but is an idea of a world that is almost entirely untenable.